everybody. After yesterday's wheel bearing video, I thought I'd do a quick video on why we would have a transmission oil cooler. Why fit one? Why fit an aftermarket transmission oil cooler? Well, automatic transmissions get very hot. There's no doubt about that. And the Jackaroo comes with a radiator that has an oil cooler built in, but it doesn't do enough cooling. It isn't cool enough. So I fitted an aftermarket cooler, and I'll show you which one in a picture. And it wasn't that expensive, and the issue I was having was I would go into the high country, find some steep hills, get to the top of the hill and have to sit and wait for the automatic transmission to cool down, because the overheating light would come on. Or I go into low ratio, go downhill, and that would cause the overheating light to come on. So basically I was overheating all the time when I was in the high country. So I thought to myself, low ratio is making this worse, because obviously the oil is working harder. I'll get myself a transmission cooler. So what I did first was I bought myself a gauge monitor. Monitors the transmission and the engine temperature. So as you can see, the engine is at 77 degrees and the transmission is at 54. It's much cooler. Whereas in the past, when I've been in the high country, I could watch the transmission heating up, and I could see when it was getting close to 100 degrees, and then the automatic transmission overheat light would come on, and I knew I was going to be stopped for half an hour while it cooled down. And I didn't want that anymore. I would have been left behind with everybody else. So what I did was fit the aftermarket transmission cooler. Now I can't really show you that because it's mounted to the front of the radiator, and I'd have to take the grill off to get to it. However, they are easy to mount, they're easy to fit. Why wouldn't you do it if it saves all that hassle? So what I'm going to show you now is I've got some tools. Got a long screwdriver, I've got some clean kitchen roll, and I'm going to do what I did in the video yesterday, but this time I'm going to use some brand new Autotrans fluid, which is in there, some used Autotrans fluid which is in there, and my current trans fluid in the engine, and I'm going to show you the difference between all three. Right, so let's get started. Okay, so you're looking at the paper now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some of my current automatic transmission fluid on the cloth. So this is where the screwdriver comes in. We dip the screwdriver into the new fluid, and we drip that onto there like that. Now here comes the dirty bit. This is used transmission fluid. We've got new, current and used, and you can see the difference in the colours right there, can't you? This is burnt, this is in use, this is new. They do spread out a little bit, but if I hold it up to the light, you can see it a little bit better. So new on the left, current in the centre, and used on the right. So you can see why we changed transmission oil. What happens to it is it gets burnt. The transmission fluid on there that's used is the fluid I took out just when I changed the transmission cooler. I replaced the fluid. There is also a filter in the transmission on an automatic. We're talking about automatics here, guys. Manual gearboxes use engine oil. Automatic transmissions use ATF or DEX 3 automatic transmission fluid. Now what happens is when the engine overheats, the fluid gets burnt and it goes dark brown, and you could see that fluid was darker brown. That had been overheated 2 or 3 times, and it needed to be changed. Now I can't understand the logic of manufacturers now in this modern day and age where they say the automatic transmission fluid is in there for life. If you have a problem and it burns that fluid out, how do you get it out and replace it? You've got no dipstick, you've got no drain point. The fluid's in there for good. It's a new gearbox or nothing. All this is to save money, save weight, and save them from putting dipsticks and drain plugs in and things like that. But you can see from this car when it got older, if I had no drain plug or no dipstick, how would I monitor and how would I put in there new fluid? You need to change your fluid, guys, and I'll give you a bit more information when I get upstairs on the new transmission cooler. Hi everybody, and welcome to the second shooting of this. My memory card fell out, I didn't fit it in properly, so I didn't record anything, so hopefully we'll get it this time. Transmission coolers. So the one I fitted was a PWR. Now that's an Australian made, Australian owned company. Good quality transmission cooler. Comes with 4 zip ties, 4 hose clamps, a length of rubber hose, and 2 couplings to fit into the actual cooler itself, so you can fit the hose on. It mounts directly to the front of your radiator. The ties go through the fins in the radiator, come out the back. There's clips to go on the back, and you just trim to length. What I did was I took the coolant hose that goes to my current radiator cooler. I took off the external feed back to the gearbox, fed it into this new cooler, and then fitted the hose back to the transmission on the output side of the new cooler. That meant that the oil went into the old cooler, out of the old cooler into the new cooler, through the old new cooler, back into the transmission a lot cooler than it came out. Uses the flow across the radiator to keep it cool, and it really seems to work. I haven't had an overheating transmission. Now you're not going to get a cool transmission. I have had it up to 100 degrees still, but I haven't had it where the overheat warning light comes on. And I've been up some pretty steep hills, including Burgoyne track, and it never overheated, so I was wrapped with that. Put a link in the description to the PWR oil cooler. I'll also link to the Penrite automatic transmission fluid. If I can, I'm going to link via Amazon, because I have an affiliate partnership with them, and I get a small percentage if you click on the links and purchase from them. Now I'll only do that if the cost is equivalent. I'm not going to try and get you ripped off so I can get more money or anything like that. I'm not here to make money. All I'm trying to do is make enough money to buy another camera that has an external microphone, so I can get better audio. That's my only goal. The rest of this I do for free in my own time. I do it for free and enjoyment and to help you people. So anyway, that's all I have. My recommendation is to fit an oil cooler. Hope to see you out there. Thanks for watching. Bye.